What happens when a society becomes so pathologically consumed by a desire to appear compassionate that it actively codes its own destruction into law and culture? In Suicidal Empathy, Dying to Be Kind, renowned evolutionary behavioral scientist Dr. Gad Saad delivers a blistering, uncompromising, and deeply provocative wake-up call to a Western world that he argues is terminally infected by a psychological mind parasite, maladaptively irrational altruism. Saad brilliantly deconstructs how our deeply hardwired evolutionary module for empathy, an essential tool designed for tribal survival and familial bonding, has been completely hijacked and weaponized by a progressive cultural elite, resulting in a catastrophic miscalibration of global moral priorities. This insidious crisis of inverse morality turns common sense entirely on its head, creating an environment where the law-abiding, productive, and successful are routinely demonized, while the destructive, criminal, and chaotic are actively celebrated and coddled under the guise of therapeutic tolerance. From the shocking leniency shown to violent repeat offenders and the defense of toxic, lawless behavior, to the systematic dismantling of basic private property rights in favor of squatters, Saad meticulously builds a terrifying case showing how the West is deliberately ignoring its most primal survival instincts in the name of political correctness. He argues that this deluge of misguided, virtue-signaling compassion is not genuinely humane at all. It is a rapid, active suicide pact that dismantles the foundational pillars of freedom, objective truth, and public safety that took centuries to build. By exploring the psychological and evolutionary roots of this civilizational slide, Saad exposes the devastating real-world consequences of putting feelings over facts, showing how lunatic policies prioritize the comfort of vocal minorities over the security and survival of the collective group. The audiobook edition elevates this searing cultural critique into an unforgettable, high-octane intellectual experience, narrated by Gad Saad himself with his trademark caustic wit, razor-sharp analytical brilliance, and deeply engaging humor. Listeners will find their pulses racing and minds reeling as Saad masterfully details how our noble instincts have been twisted against us, forcing us to confront an uncomfortable but urgent truth. If we do not learn to properly calibrate our empathy and reclaim our survival instincts before the clock runs out, our civilization will succumb to its own terminal kindness.